As an ape investor, you've probably lost quite some money after the last market crash. What do you think about the ride?
It was great, and apparently I've never been on live television before, but apparently sometimes I don't watch the news because I'm a kid, and apparently Grandpa just gives me the remote after we watch the Powerball.
Are you ready to start investing like a pro? Then start doing what the pros are doing. Dataroma is a site that lets you watch the biggest investors' portfolios so you can make better investing decisions or even copy what they do. Now, because this website is 100% free, you will see a bunch of ads, but trust me, it is worth it. At the left side of the home page, you can see all the different super investors' portfolios available. And at the right side, you can see some summarized portfolio stats like the 10 most owned stocks, the 10 stocks by percentage owned, the top big bets, the top 10 buys last quarter, and so on. Let's start choosing a super investor portfolio on the left. You can see it has an updated date at the right of each name. In this case, let's use Warren Buffett as an example. These are all the stocks Warren Buffett has in his portfolio and how much of that stock is in his portfolio. You can see he is fully invested in Apple by having almost 43% of his portfolio on it. You can also see he actually just increased his stake on Apple by 0.43% just recently. This is already very useful information. So let's keep diving in. The Activity tab shows a high-level view of each investor's activity by showing you what they have sold or bought lately. The buys are represented in blue and the sells are represented in red. The S&P 500 grid is just a high-level chart of percentage owned by the investors. The Grand Portfolio tab lets you sort all the stocks by percentage owned or ownership count, meaning how many of these super investors own it. Sorting this list by ownership count will let you see how many super investors actually own the stock. Their real-time tab shows the latest transactions made by the super investors. Useful if you want to see the latest trends they are following. And lastly, the Insider tab is also a very useful tab to let you see how many inside trading is happening within a stock. And inside trading is any buys or sells from the own employees of the stock, usually company directors, CEOs, CFOs, etc. In this example, we can look up Nvidia for the last 6 months. In this case, you can see there has been a lot of sells within the company, which is not a good sign. So there you have it. Now that you know what the big whales do, you have no excuse to make poor decisions and start investing like a pro.